Untuk membahas menarik apa investasi sektor konstruksi di Indonesia, telah bergabung bersama kami di studio CNBC Indonesia, Chief Representative for Shimizu Corporation, Jakarta Office, Mr. Akiyama Kohei. Mr. Akiyama, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Thank you for your introduction.
Thank you for coming and focus on Infra CNBC Indonesia. So tell us what projects are being done and being worked on by Shimizu Corporations currently in Indonesia.
Okay. Currently, about the civil infrastructure project, in Jakarta MRT project, phase 2, extension from Bundaran to the Kota. And in Sumatra, Asahan hydroelectric power plant in North Sumatra. About the building project in the city center, Mega Kuningan, Tokyo Branz apartment, or PIK, Pandainda Kapok ADR project, and the several Japanese factory or the one data center project in Cikarang and Karawang.
Okay, wow, that's quite nice numbers of projects you're currently working on. You have been here for 50 years in
Correct.
Indonesia. What makes Japanese investors and constructions office like Shimizu Corporation interested in building constructions in emerging markets like Indonesia?
Okay, two sectors there generally. So one is accord direction with the Indonesian government. So in terms of infrastructure strength up, so like MRT, like a hydropower plant by funding or a Japanese yen credit loan from a Japanese government. So to strengthen up the infrastructure in Indonesia. Or the especially focusing in Java, Greater Jakarta, accord with the private sector development in Jakarta. So we investment from Japan and our Japanese builder more focusing in Jakarta, Greater Jakarta.
Okay.
It's a private sector.
Okay, yes. Wonderful. You have been here for 50 years in Indonesia. That was a great accomplishment. So what are the landmark projects have you done for Indonesia?
So recently, MRT Phase 1, but in Jakarta, or the city center Jakarta Astra International Headquarters, Jalan Sudirman, Menara Astra, or in Bali, unique-wise, first big hotel, Grand Hyatt Bali, in Nusa Dua, Bali, like that, by Shimizu Corporation. Yes.
That's wonderful. Tell us, Shimizu Corporation projects, you mentioned before, are dominantly, mostly, are still in Jakarta and in Java area. What is actually the reason?
What I understand, the 60% of Indonesian population and economy focused and gather up in Java Island. And especially Greater Jakarta is a center of the economy in Indonesia, as we all know. So compared with the other island, and Shimizu Japanese firm are mostly effectively focusing in Java, especially Greater Jakarta. I think that's our main reason.
Okay, because there's a great population.
Correct.
And there's a lot number of growth. There's a lot of potential for Jakarta and Java area. Okay, how do you assess the investment climate for construction sector in Indonesia? Has it been good? What needs to be improved? Tell us.
I see. General direction by Indonesian government, President Pak Joko's direction these 10 years. As we know, his mainly direction is strengthen up the infrastructure. So generally in construction industry, these 10 years, 5 years are quite growing. Generally, healthy-wise, growing up. But recently, especially regarding the presidential election, so construction market directly related with, for example, property sector. So property developer or development, property developer, basically wait and see these 1 to 2 years because of the presidential election. But on the other hand, towards the Kalimantan, IKN,
IKN,
new capital city relocation, that movement push up the construction industry generally. I watched it out.
So political stabilizations and lots of room for improvement for infrastructure projects.
Correct.
Just what you have in not only in Jakarta and Java, but also IKN.
Correct.
How is your opinion about IKN, sir?
Oh, I see. We Japanese firm means we are foreign firm.
Yes.
So I understand that IKN is now initial stage for the basic infrastructure stage. So from last 2 years ago towards this year Independence Day, this is the definitely initial stage to be set up basic infrastructure, including a presidential facility or some major ministry facility, and the road and access or bridge or whatever. So now initial stage like that, government to lead and put in the money by their own state-owned money, and the construction by state-owned contractor doing. So like us, Shimizu, foreign firm and the construction and the foreign investment party are now carefully watching it, this initial stage, frankly say. Okay. So, but we are very interesting about the IKN, how to growing up, and the maybe probably second or third future stage together with foreign investment movement, we foreign construction arm also.
Okay. For the first phase, you will be watching how is the progress.
Correct.
And obviously very interested for the next and upcoming progress of IKN.
Correct.
So if we're talking about constructions from Japanese firms or Japanese construction in general, it always comes up in our mind that it must be the highest of quality.
Thank you.
So tell us your recipe for that, and what other benefits can you offer beyond high quality for construction projects, especially if any other Indonesian projects wants to collaborate with you.
I see. Okay, yes, exactly. We have a pride in our high quality, but we can offer more than to exceed clients' expectation. For example, in terms of advanced technology, we Japanese firm apply advanced technology and innovative construction method to ensure the quality and durability the buildings. It also helps to make the construction process faster and more efficient. And the second thing about professionalism and reliability, we are professional builders, so clients can rely on us to complete project in time, on time, and within their budget. So time control and the cost control, budget control, this is our strong point.
Yes.
We like Japanese builder. Okay. Another thing, we are more cautious and not touching on the environmental friendly. So this is a world trend, and of course we often incorporate green technology and the green design in our project to contribute to environmental sustainability.
Okay, that's great. So high quality, punctuality of work, progress, and also ESG factor plays an important role of how can you offer more than just more benefits for your clients.
That's right.
So Mr. Akiyama, talking about the current demand for construction projects in Japan, is it still dominating compared to other projects undertaken abroad?
Yeah, the answer is yes. But the Shimizu Corporation's current global operation outside of Japan covers only 10% of revenue at the moment. But we are aiming to expand to 25% by 2030. So, and Indonesia for us would be the most focused country among our Shimizu all over global operations.
Any reason for that? Why Indonesia in particular?
Yes. Indonesia, as I say, Indonesia is a quite high potential. This is number one reason.
Okay.
Second thing, for like us, Japanese firm, between Indonesia and Japan, quite close relationship in terms of historically, in terms of economic-wise. So we Japanese are quite feel loved close relationship country.
High notes, yeah.
Yes.
High notes.
Yes, correct. And yes, of course, we Shimizu Corporation has a half century of history here, 50 years.
50 years.
Yes. So we focus on the more Southeast Asia, not only in China or United States. Our direction, we're focusing more Southeast Asia, especially in Indonesia.
Wow.
So based on the several reasons, we most focusing country is Indonesia for us.
Wow, wonderful. Thank you for that commitment as well for developing Indonesia, Shimizu Corporation. So this year marks quite a big year for Indonesian people. The election has been held 2 weeks ago. How optimistic is Shimizu Corporation that this year's of government transition will not disrupt the investment climate, especially for construction sectors?
Yeah, according to the news and report, the new government, new president will be continue the policy of now the President Pajoko.
Yeah.
Therefore, I think it is safe to say that the investment environment will become more active, and the foreign investor will also active, increase their investment once the new government and the president will be established.
Okay, so you've been pretty confident with that.
Yes, I feel so, yes.
And hoping for more projects, especially for Shimizu Corporation in the next future, especially in building Indonesia. So, as the conclusions of our discussion, what targets the Shimizu Corporation wants to achieve probably this year in 2024, and probably even want to talk about 5 years forward?
Okay, some we are focusing in recently project in terms of infrastructure, MRT, next phase East-West line, or the another private sector internet data center is booming in Indonesia and continuing to boom.
Yeah, national data center, yeah?
As well.
Yeah.
And the GAFA or private sector from United States or Europe is coming to set up the data center more in Indonesia. And the another thing, I'm focusing on TOD. TOD is
oriented development.
Correct.
Right.
Transit-oriented development for this year or beyond another year. Yes.
Okay.
And besides the project, I would like to highlight that this year marks the 50th anniversary since the launch of Shimizu Jakarta operation. This is a big milestone for us. So during the past 50 years, we have been seriously working on both civil infrastructure and building project in Indonesia. And feeling honored we could contribute even part of the development of Indonesia. So we, Shimizu Corporation, will continue the same for another next half century and more. So we hope that we can become an essential company for the people and the country of Indonesia.
Thank you so much for being the partners of constructions for beautiful landmark buildings all over Indonesia. We wish you great success and we wish you great health, Mr. Akiyama. Thank you so much for joining us in CNBC Indonesia.
Thank you so much.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Terima kasih banyak.